Hi, my name is Robert Ashkins for Tap Napper Snap, and today I'm here at York Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with Professor Tom Fleming. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for inviting me to your gym.
Thanks for coming.
So today we're doing drilling while talking, and Professor Fleming is going to show us his X guard to back take that he teaches in his class. Want to take it away?
Great. Okay, so here's how we teach it in my class. Okay, it's not the greatest entry in the world. It's not going to win you worlds. Well, maybe it will if it does. Tag me. Okay. So I'm going to start at the basic spider guard, feet on the hips, and then I'm going to have grips. Doesn't matter if it's pistol grip, cat paw grip, doesn't matter. Okay. But we do it this way so that I can sort of foolproof the foot position, because you don't want your X the wrong way. You're not going to have as much leverage if you do it the wrong way. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to drop to a butterfly hook in the back of the knee, pull it towards me. The other foot is going to come on the same hip onto the side here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this grip, and then I'm going to underhook his leg so that I can get underneath of him, underneath of his hips. So I'm going to come here, move myself in, try to get this on top of the shoulder. It's not going to work perfect every time. And I'm still not underneath of him. I've got to make sure that my spine and my feet are basically connecting both of his ankles. I want to be directly under him. So typically what happens is it requires me to scoot over one more time, but this is not on my shoulder, which happens all the time. If you don't have it on the shoulder, you're not going to be able to stretch him out. So what I do is basically raise my hand like we're in class. I'm here, right there, perfect, look, exactly. I get underneath of him, starts to lose his balance. Perfect, that's what I want, I'm directly under. This hand will go on his knee and pull my elbow in nice and tight. This hand really doesn't matter much. If you want to keep the initial grip that you had, it's fine. Okay, as soon as I get here with all X guard moves, what I've got to do is I've got to straighten my legs out. I've got to straighten that X out. So I'm going to straighten that X out, make sure that basically he's off balance. What I'm looking for is this heel coming off the ground. That tells me that it's light. So what I'm going to do is, both of my hands are going to come here really quickly. I'm going to push his lip to the other side. Okay? The next thing I'm going to do, as soon as I get here, this hand comes behind his knee to block so he doesn't step back over. Next thing I'm going to do is grab the bottom of the belt, or if I can grab the belt, I'm going to do that. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to move out from behind. If he falls that way, perfect. Both hooks in, make sure that I get my seatbelt grip, and I'm good to go.
So tell me, why did you decide to become a gym leader?
Well, I found that I really enjoyed teaching people and watching them develop. So somewhere along my career, I guess, probably about purple belt, brown belt, I realized that I wanted to be able to define my own style and start to figure out, what I wanted to teach, and have people learning the things that I was learning, and to be able to sort of cultivate that with people. So it's just something that I really enjoyed and found that I was pretty good at. So went for it.
There you go. What are some of the things that you find are difficult about managing a gym?
Different personalities, different needs. It's the same sort of thing, at work. We're dealing with different personnel. Everybody's got some different things that they need to do and they need to accomplish. Everybody's at a different level. Just make sure you're accommodating everyone.
And what about external income? Do you do just this, or do you have a job outside of this?
Oh, I've actually been with the same company for about 18 years now. I am a IT cybersecurity manager, so for a pretty big financial company. So I've been doing that for a very long time.
You started with Red Lion BJJ. Tell me about some of your experiences with that.
Sure. That was actually the first school that I had started. There were a few guys that I was training with who trained with me a lot, and they were coming to some of the classes that I would teach at a previous school, and they liked what I was doing. They liked me, of course. So they decided to basically split the cost of the school. And I was like, yeah, sure, let's do it. Let's go for it. And then it was essentially just a club that we had started, and then the word of mouth started to take off from there.
Now, what prompted the change from Red Lion BJJ to York BJJ?
That's another good question. We were in the basement in Red Lion at Mace, which is James O'Weiler, actually. Cut us a break. He was a really good dude. There wouldn't be a school without him, that's for sure. And we've had to move several times because we've grown. So tons of people are coming in. So we've actually moved from Redline to Heritage Hills for a while, started to grow from there, and then I decided we want to continue to grow and give my guys like other people to be able to roll with, and then we have to increase the student database. Along the lines, before I think I went to Heritage Hills, I was still a Redline. I met Greg Anderson, who I found was a pretty awesome guy, and started talking to him about affiliations and things. We started talking about Resendo and 3G and all the benefits there, and eventually became affiliated. And then when I decided that I wanted to move from Heritage Hills to build out the school, I said, well, Greg will be an awesome partner. Who else could help me drive the business? It was this guy, Dave Brogan, who I knew was all right. He was a really good guy. And, I also knew Dave. Dave was very good at growing the business and understanding the business. So we decided to come together, open this school, and so far it's been really awesome. It's an awesome experience being able to see, sort of the old guard guys from Redline, coming in, and then the new people starting to infuse with that. It's a really rewarding experience because the guys have really taken on sort of a leadership role with them, which is awesome. Just not hearing things from me, but being able to get their point of view, because I'll show a move, and one guy who's, it doesn't necessarily restrict itself to weight and athleticism and that sort of thing, but if I show the move we were drilling, I'll have a guy who's maybe 300 pounds, he will do that move completely different than the guy who's 140 pounds. They'll both use the same principles to make sure that they're not allowing their move to be defeated. Then they'll get from A to B, but they'll get there in a slightly different way, and it's really cool to see them be able to do that, because that's the cool thing about jiu-jitsu, is you're able to take your own path, and make it your own game. So very, very rewarding to be able to see my existing guys start to come together with the newer people, and all become sort of one infused family.
Well, thank you for your time today.
Sure.
I really appreciate you inviting me to your gym to record.
Yep.
Thank you to the people watching, and that's it for today.
Thank you.
Nice little belly. You gotta watch out for this though. Pow!